Support your locals, starting with Space Smoke Shop, located on 125 East Pennington Street, Tucson, Arizona.
Space Smoke Shop features local glass, cheap tobacco, and any drink you can think of. We're also a hookah lounge and a venue. Like us on Facebook to keep up with shows, deals, and products.
Every second and fourth Tuesday is Punk Rock Tuesday at Space Smoke Shop, 125 East Pennington Street, downtown Tucson, Arizona. Be sure and tell them you heard about it on the GMR Podcast.
GMR. You're listening to the GMR Podcast.
You can hear my show on Stitcher. Stitcher is radio on demand. Download the free app today. Listen anytime, anywhere.
Create custom playlists. Over 20,000 shows to discover. Rate and review my show, the GMR Podcast, on Stitcher. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
On demand and on the go. No downloading, no syncing, no wasted memory. Stream your favorite podcasts. Don't have Stitcher? Download it free today at Stitcher.com or in the App Store.
Yeah. Ronald.
What is she, Chop Liver Ray?
Ronald McDonald?
Chopped
No,
liver?
not Mac from...
Oh, Madonna.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. No, what are we talking about?
Iron Maiden?
Oh,
Iron Maiden?
Iron Maiden.
Excellent. That
oh
was
man.
the Bill and Ted's Excellent
I think
Adventure
that Benadryl
reference.
kicked in, bro.
Wasn't it the Wild Stallion? Wild Stallion?
Well, that was the name of their band, Wild Stallions. They were the band that helped the world get over all of its ills. And
Is it true that Keanu Reeves making a remake?
no, they're making a part 3.
Oh, well, that's good.
And it makes sense. They're older. It's about time travel. Who knows? The only problem is, where's George Carlin? But we'll see. We'll see what they do.
Well,
Homeboy's still alive in our heart.
But anyway, Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Should we start
See,
at
I
the
told you I
beginning?
already shot my wad on it, dude. Kind of shooting my wad on it.
They're one of the better metal bands ever to play, ever.
And I would suggest that after 1986, after Power Slaves and the Power Slave tour, remember that?
Oh
They-
yeah,
they
we'd
made
sit
an
for
album.
hours and stare at that album.
Yeah,
cover and
yeah.
Just look at the little details.
I say
and-
that 80 to 90% of it is utter crap.
Oh, from somewhere in time forward.
Somewhere in Time included. And I went to that concert. I
You-
paid money to see that.
You saw
It was fucking good. I mean, I'm not saying they
That's
don't
the
put
one
on
where
a
they
good
rip the
show.
seats
You
up at
saw the
TCC,
Somewhere in
right?
Time
I saw
concert
Somewhere in
86?
Time and Power Slaves.
in '86.
If that's when they came, yeah.
Dude, that would have been pure heaven. I mean, those songs from Somewhere in Time is the best.
And I really wanted to like them. Seventh. Then they got the seventh son of a seventh son. I was just like, what? What's going on here? I'm pretty much done.
Well,
I
the
was
real
done.
what was Fear of the Dark, right? That was the one that came after it,
Was it really?
from like 1990.
See, I saw the writing on the wall. I was already
Exactly.
jumping off that boat.
But by 1990, the music scene was in such a weird lull. It didn't know what it was.
Well, in
and then the next year, bam, everything would just jumpstart.
1990, we had Paula Abdul and the band Extreme. That's what 1990 was. Paula Abdul and the song More Than Words. That's all what 1990 was all about.
Yeah, even Dr. Feelgood was 89.
Uh-huh, Dr. Feelgood 89, huh?
It's like the end of an era.
Uh-huh. In 1990, we had the band Nelson. And,
Nelson.
Uh,
Headbangers Ball. We'd watch this stuff.
exactly.
Every Saturday night, 3 hours of metal videos.
What year was this?
This is like 86 to 89.
Mm-hmm.
But that show was on until like 95.
And whatever happened to the other 120 minutes?
Oh, then they'd have 120 minutes on Sunday, which was like the alternative indie thing. And then both scenes kind of merged into each other, I thought.
And now it's now we have subgenres like dubstep.
Yeah, everything's all crazy now.
Dub-
But back then it was very easy to be like, you have this, you have this, you have this.
Now we have house music and alternative country and bluegrass metal and and
Bluegrass is metal.
speaking of Iron Maiden.
I'm just old. That's all it is. I'm just old.
Speaking of Iron Maiden, there's a new band called Metalachi who does a cover of Iron Maiden, Run Through the Hills, mariachi style.
I've heard of this band. I read about them in the Weekly.
Yeah,
You know these guys?
They played a Holy Diver cover this morning on the Frank Show. It was awesome. I mean, Holy Diver mariachi style. It works.
Okay. I think I'm just old and new things just
But like
this
you were
isn't
saying
even new
earlier,
things. These are
Metallica never even made an impact on you. You were saying, right?
Yeah,
Like
I
he
liked
wasn't
it. It was
listening to
okay.
Master of Puppets album.
I'd hear it on the radio. That
You
was
just
enough
hear the
for
cuts
me.
on the radio.
I didn't have to go buy it because they played it 15 times a day on the radio, right?
Wow. And I remember hearing that album over and over again.
Oh, we'd wear out tapes of that. We would buy albums on cassettes back in the day. I would buy vinyl and make my own tape from the vinyl.
And
Yeah,
Marty
yeah.
will make my own mixtape.
Oh, mixtape. We do a whole podcast on people coming over making mixtapes and then borrowing the mixtapes. And that was the best mixtape ever.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna
They
listen
had
to that
Nirvana,
tonight,
They had
man.
AC/DC, had Pink Floyd. It was the best ever.
But you had a certain pride because you had made a good mixtape,
Sit
and
there
your
hitting the pause
and your
button.
friend wanted to listen to it, right? It wasn't like they were all like, "What the fuck are you listening to? This is garbage."
Mixtape.
I used to make mixtapes for people.
Yeah, he made the best one. I remember one of my favorite ones he made had Hendrix and Nirvana, Pink Floyd, Guns N' Roses, Beatles, Buddy Holly.
Basically one song from every CD that I had at the
and
time.
the best mixtape ever. Dude.
It's not like nowadays with
I used to make these
10,000
Chris the
tracks.
Fox, Bob Dylan tapes.
I remember hearing some of those
Yeah.
at the old place where you had your comic book racks.
Oh
and-
yeah, when I was trying to pretend I had a comic book store because I had so many goddamn comic books.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's all I ever spent my money on.
Buying comic
Cliff and
books.
I would go over there and be like, that's fucking badass to have like the rack, the magazine rack you put the comics in.
That's
And he
all.
had that?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, there's a couple weeks there where I was really on top of my game, Ray. Wait, it was about 23 years ago, 24 years ago. Something like that. I was on the ball. A focused individual. And I would drive anywhere in my station wagon
I'll get to
for
that
gas
one, guys.
money.
For some reason, I would hide in the back seat of that station wagon while Cliff was in the front seat, and you guys would be ripping up and down the freeway. And I'd always be like hiding for some reason.
Yeah, you know what, Marty?
Probably thought I was going to kill you.
And now that you mention it, also too, when we were Jose Martinez in the truck, you were
Oh,
always
that's
the
true,
last person
too.
by the tailgate.
Oh, we were crazy then.
Yeah, we were, dude. Yeah, we were.
And then around 89, I discovered punk rock, so...
I think that's probably about the time that I first got my first taste of that. Because in middle school, all we still had access to was Columbia House. We weren't going to a record store, so even Sex Pistols was like, whoa, what's that weird
Yeah,
shit? You get into high school, and then we met like Augie, and he's like, oh, listen to Danzig,
And
listen to this other
Soundgarden,
stuff. And yeah, that was about 88, 89.
88.
So I'd be listening to that and the Maiden at the same time.
Yeah, I was listening to the Bob Dylan and the Crucifix, you know.
I'd go down to the
As an
studio,
example.
you'd be editing some punk rock tapes together, you'd be like, you ever heard of this band, The Dicks? And this was like in 1990, 91 in Master Control and shit.
Wow. Good
A
freaking
long
time.
time ago.
More on the way, though. More on the way. Iron Maiden.
Underground is not dead.
It's just vomiting.
That's what that show was called, right?
Yeah.
Remember when
Yes.
Iron Maiden used to do the Monsters of Rock tour?
Oh, yeah, it was with Anthrax
Megadeth.
and Halloween.
And Halloween, yes.
I so wanted to fucking go to that 1988, but that was never happening. To this day, I've still never seen Anthrax in concert.
As a kid, I remember thinking, what would it take for me, Ray Daniel, as an adult, to go to a Monsters of Rock concert? Come to turn out, I didn't need to go to Monsters of Rock. I needed to go to Coachella.
Well, it was pre Lollapalooza, pre Coachella, post Woodstock. It was Monsters of Rock.
Well, they got Ozfest now, right?
Oh yeah, the
You
Ozfest.
can always,
and
that
the
seems like a much
Warped Tour
cheaper
and-
alternative than let's go to California and almost kill ourselves for 3 days in the sun.
Well, if you really want that fear and loathing experience, and to come
And
back
who
with your
doesn't?
sinuses
Who
completely
doesn't?
fucked up.
Ooh. Now I know
I've
why
been
I
in-
didn't like Hunter Thompson and the Fear and Loathing books and the dial. Because it was me.
I've been listening to those audio tapes. I wish there were more of the Gonzo tapes. Because the one I heard, he was at a biker rally with all the Hells Angels.
Oh yeah, all the Hell's
And he's
Angels
all
stuff.
just freaked out. They're shooting guns out there, and he's just trying to fucking keep it together inside the fucking shed. And he's like freaking out a bit, hiding in his fucking car. You know, it was fucking. Yeah, I don't know if you know anything about Hunter S. Thompson. He was a little wound up.
Yeah, to say the least.
That guy was great.
Hunter S. Thompson.
And I would have to say Johnny Depp did a dead-on Hunter S. Thompson. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that movie's great.
Like, that's one of the few movies I've ever seen where somebody's trying to portray somebody who was recently alive.
Oh, he was still alive at the time of that movie. He's in the movie.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, I
Okay.
just don't.
But then
forgot.
there's Rum Diaries that he recently made, though.
Oh, I'd like to see that,
Well, it's
too.
okay. It's got some moments, but it's just kind of there, you know.
You seen
didn't
Where the
grab me.
Buffalo Roam?
Oh, Where the Buffalo Roam.
Bill
That's a
Murray?
weird one.
With Bill
Bill
Murray,
Murray, yeah.
And who was the lawyer?
Peter Boyle.
Peter
Peter
Boyle.
Boyle, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Music by Neil Young. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Never saw that one. I remember Eric
Oh,
Johnson.
you've never seen that
I
one?
remember Eric Johnson was obsessed with that movie.
And that was around the late 80s.
Uh-huh.
You and Eric Johnston were really into the Beatles around 88, 89. And it was so hard for somebody who only had Columbia House to get a hold of the Beatles because you couldn't get that shit from
No?
them.
Well, I would get Beatles mixtape for my aunts and uncles. And
Yeah, we're not taking you to the record store and buying you a $15 album. Forget that.
It was, you know, I remember Eric Johnson. Hey, my mom has this tape and CD. Well, okay, we'll make copies.
Yeah, you all were obsessed with that. You had that John Lennon Imagine shirt for years.
My grandmother used to just
Hipsters
buy,
of their time.
used to
You
just
remember
buy
that
old
Imagine
records.
shirt party?
You know, that's how I got turned on to like the Moody Blues, and you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
before that it was just Puff the Magic Dragon. That was the only thing I gave a shit about.
All we had around the house was Waylon and Willie on vinyl.
Yeah, and then
stuff
lots
that.
of
Yeah,
country.
and my
And there's
dad's
a
how we had
couple of those
Creedence
old,
and Elvis.
a lot of
Elvis,
trucker
Saturday
country,
Night Fever.
a lot of
Saturday Night-
trucking. You know, fucking CB McCall, or CW
Oh,
McCall,
C.W.
and all
McCall,
that shit.
Convoy.
The fucking song about the teddy bear and the little, you know, fuck. Those things are awful. Some of them are good. There are a couple good songs. We're Break That Gate doing 98 and let those truckers roll. 10-4. Because we got a mighty convoy. Now that's a fucking good song, right? Convoy?
Convoy.
I think the
Everyone's
sushi just
parents
kicked
listened to
in,
Johnny
dude.
Cash back then. Waylon Jennings. Everybody listened to Waylon Jennings.
That stuff's always been there. As far as I can remember on the 8-track player. We used to have one of those big consoles that had the
Well-
radio and the record and the 8-track in it.
Well,
Yeah.
we had one too, and it had color lights on one of the panels.
Oh, wow.
Nice,
Mine just looked like wood.
Yeah, it looked like wood,
Are you
but one
talking
of the
about-
panels lit up.
One of the things you open up,
Yeah,
like an,
yeah.
old, an old table.
Yeah, it had all the
It has
stuff
all
down
the
in it.
It had an
console
8-track,
inside. Yeah, those things were
a
sweet,
cassette,
man.
and then a phonograph.
They
record
should
player.
they should put those out now, but they're iPod docks. Wouldn't that be nice?
Remember I found that I remember that ad I had in that one paper. This
Oh,
guy was
yeah.
giving away one of those or selling it for $50.
You
And
had
it
to
had
go
the
pick it
TV
up.
in it and shit. It's fucking
You know,
mess.
somebody bought it.
Oh,
Guess what?
yeah.
Yeah, it was in there a while though. I don't know. It's a pretty obscure newspaper.
Yeah, people
I
stopped
wish-
wanting those in the 80s.
We had one.
Where
dude.
would you
yeah.
put it?
Yeah, I would have no. Get rid of all of this.
Yeah, you just put.
I'm going retro.
But it had a panel with lights come up where every song would come up.
Wow. Mine had an 8-track recorder in it.
Wow.
A
But we never
recorder.
had any blank 8-tracks, but there was a record button for the 8-track.
Where would you
Wow.
purchase? I don't think I've ever seen a blank 8-track.
I don't
me
think so.
either.
And
I don't think I've seen a blank
I'm
track.
a little
How
older than
crazy,
you.
right? I think once I tried to record over another 8-track.
Well,
I don't remember what the results were.
you probably have to.
Plug in a mic or something.
No,
As a kid, I remember my dad punching in the Happy Days
Like a
soundtrack.
cassette, you have to.
No, you don't. You know, if the thing's busted out, it won't
It
record.
won't record, yeah.
You know, so it was probably one of those deals.
An
I'm not
8-track.
sure.
You had that fucking Happy Days vinyl.
And the 8-track.
Yeah, that shit's fucking hard to listen to. It's probably on YouTube.
What do you
so-
mean, Happy Days vinyl?
There was this record. It's just got a big picture of the Fonz on the front of it.
Okay.
It's like Fonzie's greatest hits or some shit.
What is he singing?
There's a few like parody songs. It's not
And-
really him.
And
It's,
then I think the Bill Haley song was on there.
yeah, and then there'd be things like, hey,
Yeah.
motorcycle noise, and it's like these crappy made really quick
Put
shit to try to
together
make a buck.
a merchandise product. That's
Yeah.
what all there was. All it was.
I have it on a cassette somewhere over there.
But imagine telling a millennial kid right now, hey, you want to listen to an 8-track? What?
Well, they might know because they're all into, cassettes are making a comeback now.
And I find that bizarre.
Well, people they want that old school karaoke machine 4-track demo sound. And it's cool to give out your shit on, you put your album on a cassette tape, It's become retro. So I'm waiting for CDs to become retro. I'll be ready for that.
And when DVD becomes
DVDs become retro.
And then
When Blu-ray
Blu-ray.
becomes retro.
What about
when
video
today's Blu-ray
cassettes?
become retro,
VHS has already kind of fallen into that realm
Yeah.
of what realm?
of kind of vintage retro. I shot a music video for my band. We shot on VHS, and it's got that old school look.
Okay, one also too.
Because that shit's kind of becoming rare now.
And it's not what's actually on the tape itself that people are really interested in. It's the cover art on the VHS.
Oh, well, that's true for the collector's market.
What they're interested in is the cover art, the video nasties, and the Cannibal Holocaust ones, and prison, and
Still can't believe they showed that at the loft.
I just watched Clan of the Cave Bear yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Daryl Hannah,
Yeah.
81, right? 1981. Clan of the
No,
Cave
it's more mid-'80s.
Bear? mid-80s.
It's around
It
85.
was after Splash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw that. I lumped that movie with BC.
Pretty good.
And Quest for Fire.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Quest for Fire. That's
And
an awesome movie.
Ringo Starr's Caveman.
I was gonna just say that, Murray. I was gonna just say that.
I think I've seen that at the drive-in.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go. Oh man, Ringo Starr and Caveman. Wow.
GMR. It's GMR Podcast. We have 11 weeks till Comic-Con.
And we're so ready.
They've
I know I
added
know.
Nathan Fillion. They've added Stan Lee. They've added John Ratzenberger. Is that his name? Or did I add too many syllables there?
Cliff
Clavin.
Clavin.
You don't think he hates that? Seems
He
like
probably loves that paycheck coming.
he still gets
And
the residuals, eh?
I would hope so. I mean, Cheers was pretty successful. That was on for,
Yeah,
what,
but
10
and
years?
we're now
Was it?
Norm and doing
No, it wasn't.
commercials.
Frasier was on a long time.
Frasier was on a long time, huh?
Man, I don't remember any of that.
You didn't watch Frasier?
Oh, yeah, I watched it. I just don't remember any of it.
He was married to the lady named Rebecca.
I'm on Benadryl and stuff, so I'm
Cheers.
Well, there was a lot of episodes that had to do with Niles, and
Cheers. Wow.
been fighting a wicked cold since last Punk Rock Tuesday. Some son of a bitch handed me a dirty something.
so you're on like day 9 of this
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
thing?
it's not
Oof.
good, dude.
I had it for 5 days.
Oh,
of
the
hell.
first few days were just, barreling anything. That's all I knew it was going to be.
Well, you're almost done with
Yeah.
it then.
I just came out for the podcast. I didn't go over to Mark's this week. I didn't do any of that shit. I went to Walgreens the other day to get some cold medicine, but That was probably just a waste of money. Probably should have just bought a bottle of fucking whiskey and then. No, whiskey doesn't make you better, does it?
It takes the pain away, but it dehydrates you.
Oh yeah, dehydration.
Yeah, and with all the shit in the air around here, water is essential, as I don't drink water.
How much water do you think you drank in this past week, Marty?
A lot more than usual.
That would be like 4 glasses, but...
Yeah, I was drinking 4 glasses a day easily.
I make it a point to drink a half a gallon of water every day.
It's a good idea.
I have to, dude. It flushes out your toxins, flushes out your fats, flushes out all your...
Well, it flushes out everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you're peeing all the time.
That's a good thing.
Let's say you're riding 4 buses now. No, you gotta pee.
You got to wear a diaper.
An adult diaper, yeah.
That reminds me, guys. I joined the Suntran Bus Riders Union.
What?
I joined the union, guys.
How can you be in the Suntran Bus Riders? Oh, the Bus Riders Union.
I
Oh,
joined
okay.
Bus stories.
I joined it, so I'm going to be at City Hall next Tuesday night fucking trying to get the increase down, dude. Because they're gonna increase the bus fare, Gene.
Probably.
Well, you've talked about them on Call Me Crazy for 16 years. It's nice to see you're actually in motion about these things that you always talk about.
And I'm also going to be a volunteer for PCOA, which is the Pima Council on Aging, which I'm going to be doing starting next week. I'm going to be checking up on 3 elderly people in my neighborhood who do not have family, who do not have friends. And I'm going to go in their house. I'm going to make sure they have light bulbs. I'm going to make sure their electricity's working. I'm going to make sure the TV's working. I'm going to make sure they have food. If they have dirty dishes, I'm going to wash it for them. I'm going to generally keep up on those people.
That's good.
That's pretty selfish of you, Ray. Pretty goddamn selfish. That's a joke.
Light bulbs are changing. I finally had to break down and buy those spiral bulbs.
Mm-hmm.
The spiral bulbs.
But it's supposed to last for years.
Well,
so isn't that going to put the light bulb company out of business?
My mom and dad bought a spiral bulb. It's already 6 years old, dude, and they've never burnt out.
Wow.
I've got these little crazy, like the kind of lights you put in your car, tail lights. That's what I have for lights in my house. This little travel trailer. But I got a flashlight, and I can sit on my bed and reach shit that's in the kitchen. I can fucking. I don't know. I figure that's where I'm gonna die, though. That's kind of weird thought.
Well, at least you got your plans. Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna die, might as well die.
With your boots on.
Better maybe I should get
Hey,
some
Iron
boots.
Maiden.
Yeah, now there was a good song.
Somewhere
A
in
good
time.
album.
My favorite song on Somewhere in Time is
What am I doing?
Heaven Can Wait.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I don't even remember that
See,
one.
I was reviewing all
But
those
see, I only
songs
had that
on the
one on
way over
cassette.
here.
If I had it on vinyl, I would have listened to it more. Oh, yeah, I know that.
I'll give it a new
I was
listen.
focusing on Wasted Years too much on that album.
That was their big hit.
That Chris Duncan song.
It's a great video. It had all the different Eddies in it.
Uh-huh. Them playing soccer.
When I saw Iron Maiden Power Slaves tour, it was fucking badass. They had a big pyramid.
You saw the Power
Eddie
Slave
was
tour?
running around. You seen the pictures of it, right? You guys
The
know.
Live After Death, the
Yeah.
Great Gatefold.
I saw that, and then I saw Somewhere in Time. I don't know how many years between there were,
I think it was between 3 years between those two, right?
but they had another.
Maybe 1 or 2.
I'm thinking 2 because they were really popping them out back then.
Yeah. 85 to
And
87.
if that came out in '88,
Yeah.
Somewhere in Time.
And then there was Fear of the Dark in 1990 that had that one attempt at a hit song. What was it? You could call up the box and rent the video. And I watched it and kind of went, what? And then Bruce Dickinson put out a solo album called Tattooed Millionaire.
Oh
Right
yeah,
about that
no,
same
I
thing.
liked
Your daughter
that.
to the slaughter.
No,
Oh, yeah.
that's an older song.
No,
No?
I think you're right, Ray. I remember these songs. I
think
was
Take
pretty
Your Daughter to
eager
the
for
Slaughter.
that. I was pretty eager for that Bruce Dickinson album.
I think it has something to do with aviation or something.
What's that?
That 1992 Iron Maiden album?
Yeah, I was way done by then. 92. What was I doing in 92? I was trying not to.
Maybe there was the album before. I'm thinking No Prayer for the Dying from 1990.
Okay, that's the one. No slaughter.
Tail Gunner.
Oh, yeah. See, I heard Tail Gunner, and I was like, did I buy these albums? I wonder. What year was this?
And you were right. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter's on that album, too. So we were both correct. Well, I was wrong, but,
I'm like
but I was
Sheldon
right
Cooper.
about the other one. Though.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm like Sheldon Cooper.
You
I'm
knew-
smarter
you-
than everyone.
You
else.
knew your shit. That was an actual single, and then Holy Smoke was the other single, but there was a video
Wait.
for Tail Gunner, though.
No, that was a good. That's where I heard these songs then. But I liked Holy Smoke.
Mother Russia. Wow. They should play that in the Ukraine right now. See what
Well,
happens.
Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter was originally recorded with Dickinson's solo band for Nightmare on Elm Street 5, the Dream Child soundtrack.
Wow.
Harris decided it would be great for Maiden, and the band re-recorded it.
Yeah, that's the time my brother said I hate Iron Maiden.
And they don't play songs from this album in concert anymore, it says.
We realized we made a few mistakes.
Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. Wow.
Wow.
Why do I remember dumb shit like that?
It's just ingrained.
It is ingrained, dude. So, did you guys see that Big Bang Theory where they do the scavenger hunt?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
And then when
Where
Sheldon
they-
Cooper's in the car
They all had.
and he's holding the bowling ball, and he said, "I am smarter than everyone else." That's how I feel.
Oh, that's the one you were referencing a few weeks ago, right?
That's how I feel sometimes, dude. I'm sorry if I feel like that, but it's like I feel like that sometimes. I'm smarter than everyone else, dude.
GMR.
And now it's time for the after show.
So we talked about Iron Maiden
Oh yeah, we
at
did.
great length, but still barely scratched the surface.
I never even got to touch on my whole Sesame Street rant. I had that one too. I should have wrote it down or told you. It's okay. But Phoenix ComiCon, lots of people, 11 weeks.
2014,
Oh, I can't wait.
podcast 75 will be Phoenix ComiCon 2014.
So I guess we'll do a Call Me Crazy episode up there.
Well, yeah.
We have to. You know what gets occurred to me? I'm going to have to buy a new tablet. Because I need a tablet with a rear and front camera to post pictures on Facebook.
You walk around taking pictures, instantly posting them to.
I'm gonna go fucking Facebook crazy that fucking day, dude. I'm sorry. I'm gonna post like every picture I take.
And we'll be retweeting it through GMR Podcast at GMR Podcast. Also listen to us on Stitcher, as you already know.
And then I won't have to save the file of the picture. I can go to Facebook page. Oh, there's my picture. There's the picture. Blah blah.
Exactly. So
Store-
June 5th to June 8th, if you're not there, you can
And-
follow along online.
And also, we can take video tablet and post on the.
Yeah, post it to YouTube.
Mhm.
You have a YouTube page.
Because I was thinking making some little fake mockumentaries. Call Me Crazy
Mockumentaries.
Mockumentaries.
Oh.
Like, hey, we're about to go into Nathan Fillion's auditorium, and you holding the tablet, and we're filming everybody. And we're being silly about it, dude. Why not at Comic-Con?
Yeah.
That goes against my whole Comic-Con belief of being stressed out 80 to 90% of the time and going, where the fuck is everybody? What the fuck is happening here? God damn it.
You
was
step into
just
that
here.
crowd
He
and
was
whoosh.
just here.
And it's gone. Bye.
That's not. I'm going to have to. I think I'm going to try and do a mix of maybe what I did the first year at Comic-Con.
It's going to be great, huh?
Oh, that first year was crazy. Have I ever really discussed that at length on the podcast? The urban legend is Gene almost walked in front of a train and went to Hogwarts. But that didn't really happen.
That's a good story.
But once you got into the auditorium, life returned to both you and JJ, and you immediately started grabbing everything from the swag table. It was a crazy first year. We were only there for about 6 hours. 8 hours? I don't know. We just walked around the floor and then left.
What? No panel?
I think we went to, Sci-Fi Jeopardy?
Yeah, we did find one little...
We went to one thing.
Little
Yeah.
And then,
panel.
was that fun?
Yeah, it was better than the lightsaber pointed at
Oh,
you thing.
God, don't even give me
Because
that.
it was better managed.
And we would have won if this one douchebag who, looked when we walked in, hadn't insisted that we sit over there.
That's right.
We were sitting here. We had already taken our seats, if I'm remembering this right. We could have won swag, like good shit. I don't know. They were giving away good shit that day.
Yep.
Not no half-ass Star
Dude,
Wars thing.
I wish Comic-Con was tomorrow.
Well,
11
it is.
weeks almost is.
Somewhere there's Comic-Con tomorrow, Ray. Somebody's going to Comic-Con.
I want to go
There's
back.
Comic-Con. There's like, I don't know, 70 Comic-Cons a year at least. There's only 52 weeks.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to try again this year, the burlesque show.
Yeah, that shit all filled up. Too many people. Well, there's supposed to be more stuff to do this time, so I guess the audiences will be more spread out, I'm hoping.
Well, one of my top points of the Comic-Con last year was all the girls in the French maid outfit. The convention of French maid, yeah, that's pretty nice.
Remember what
Cosplay.
JJ did that?
I remember walking to them and I was like, this is
He had his own chair,
That's right.
and he just went right up to the front. Remember that?
Yep. He had a plan.
He had a scooter, and he had a plan.
And this year we'll have tablets, and you get lost, you just send a tweet.
yeah, I'm right
Where
here.
are you?
Yeah.
I'm right here. We'll see you next week.
GMR.
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 Wow.
GMR.